Good day to all. Today our topic is design and the materials because every design process should consider about material selection for product applications or product services so that design and the material selection always work with each other for making a product with a good manner. So what is design? First question is what is engineering design? Generally, the product is to be developed in the first step, which is associated with the design process, which can be developed through group of people sitting with each other and collect the information that required for product development. They are develop the product with the drawing sheets, with the drawing instruments with respect to customer need, and they are working for fulfillment of customer need. From this they make the product outlines. Nowadays the product engineers not utilizing the sequential engineering concept, they are utilizing concurrent engineering concepts for designing. Here what is concurrent engineering? Concurrent engineering, the group of industrial peoples. In industry there are different departments available. That department generally started from commercial department to marketing department. In between the commercial and marketing department there are production, process planning, product development, and then the quality department. After finally the product may goes to marketing department. So every department has its own feedback, so that people make a group and sitting with the same table and making a decision with respect to the customer need, because marketing people directly knows about the customer requirement. The design engineer knows what are the factors. That factors means what is the process planning engineer requirement, what is the production engineer requirement, what is the quality control requirements. That likewise the engineer, the design engineer may need. For that the design engineer works for synthesis process, optimization process with respect to product development requirements with different engineers. So different group of peoples that are involved in product development and product enrichment and product supply to the market, they are sitting each other and making a decision for making a product and fulfilling the customer need, which is the preliminary stages that are available with the engineering design. After that they are grouping and making a good design. How can we make the good design? Yes, the product should be efficiently and economically working, and this privilegely giving to legal opinion and also societal impact and also safety of the product and the reliability requirement to the product. These are all the important information that required to make a product and to make a design with a good manner. After that, important factors. What are all the factors that are needed to good design? Yes, the three factors are important. The number one is function characteristics or function requirements to the product. Then material, how can we select the material, what is the material is suitable for that design, and how can that material is utilized in social activities and applications. And then what are all the manufacturing procedures, manufacturing steps are available. Preliminary manufacturing or secondary manufacturing is needed for that product with respect to the surface finish requirement and the product finish is finish requirement. Likewise we choose the manufacturing processes. So that these are all the three factors are important to design the product. Here first one is function. Okay, function, what are all the factors that are involved to decide the function of that product? Yes, the capacity of the product, size, weight, safety of the product, and also design codes that are utilized for generate the product. And every customer needs service life of that product and reliability maintenance that required for servicing ability of that product in during the operations. And so that ease of operation is also important. Ease of repair, frequency of failure, initial cost, operating cost. So that cost fact is also important to decide the product and decide the materials and the design process. And the styling, nowadays our shirts also utilizes different design for attract the customers. So styling and the product styling is also important. For example, corrugated, different styling corrugated boxes are utilized for reach the best customer in best manner. Okay, and then human factors, for how the humans are involved to uh, buy the product with the satisfactory level, which is also important. This can be achieved through human factors, so that the customer satisfaction is not only enough, customer delight also important. For the reason, nowadays Kano model is introduced in manufacturing industries. So nowadays customer satisfaction is converted into customer delight. Not only free gift decides the customer delight, the product performance also improves the customer delight factors. So for the reason, Kano model is utilized in manufacturing industries. After that, noise level, pollution that can be produced with that product, indented service environment, and the possibility of use after retirement. After retirement, usage also important to design engineer role. Okay, then material related factors. Then second one is material related factors. Always material related factors deals with the strength of the material and the ductility, the percentage of elongation, elasticity and the plasticity property is also important, and the toughness, stiffness, density, corrosion resistance, because every material undergoes high moisture content and chemical environment, so that corrosion resistance property is also important. And then wear resistance, friction coefficient, melting point, thermal and electrical conductivity. In previous video I explained about what all the thermal properties are required in material selection, and then what all the electrical properties are available with the material selection. Likewise I explained, you may refer that video also. And then processability, possibility of recycling. Nowadays the recycling 3 R's are important. Recycling process also important to choose the material. After that, cost, available stock size and delivery time to customer. These are all the important factors. From that factor only we can choose the material for application. And then manufacturing related factor is the third important factors, which is related with the available fabrication processes. Okay, available fabrication processes means manufacturing industries are utilizing different processes. That means casting process, welding process, after that plastic process and metal forming processes. These are all the different kind of manufacturing processes and manufacturing industries utilized, so that based on the manufacturing processes we can choose the material. So how can I select the accuracy required? High accuracy means I can't utilize the casting process, because casting process always produce the component with the typical dimensions. Typical dimension means the tolerance may be plus or minus 1 mm, but we can't achieve 0.1 mm or 0.2 mm through casting process. For the reason, we may go for machining processes. In that we can produce the product with the 0.1 mm accuracy. Furthermore, we are utilizing abrasion process also. In that we can achieve 0.001 mm accuracy also, so that based on the accuracy also we can choose the material and the process. Okay, based on the process we may select the different materials for respective applications. And then shape is also important factor. Size, geometry and topological matter is important for every machining process or manufacturing process, because we can't produce contour surface with the aid of machining processes, so that we required casting processes. For that also we can choose the different process, but the castability and the machinability is also placed with the material properties. So we can choose the material based on that ability to produce that product. And then required quantity, delivery time, cost and required quality, these are also plays vital role in a design process. So these three are the important factors in design process to select the materials. So in design there are different process available, different steps available. In that first one is conceptual design. The conceptual design always plays with what is the task. What is the aim of our design engineer? After that, clarify the task. The task means place with the objectives. What is the objective? And based on that objective, the design engineer can elaborate the specification. After identifying the specification, the product is moved to problem selection area, problem identification area. So the task, clarify the task and elaborate the specification, these are all comes under conceptual design. After conceptual design, the product is moved to the embodiment design. In embodiment design, identify the essential problems, develop the solution principle. After that, we can develop the concept. From this also, we can develop or introduce the conceptual design in this area. After that, after planning and clarifying, we can move to conceptual design. So that planning and clarifying, after planning and clarifying, we can move to conceptual design. After completing or after generating the concept with respect to the product, means we can move to embodiment design. What we can perform with the embodiment design? Yes, we can perform with the embodiment design, develop the preliminary layout and form design, develop the construction structure. In that area only, we can generate the construction structure of the product. After developing the construction structure, we can move to preliminary layout. After developing preliminary layout, we can optimize the form design and prepare the preliminary part list and the production documents. In embodiment design only, we can finalize and we can get the definite layout of the product. After completing the embodiment design, we can move to detailed design. In detailed design, complete detailed drawing and production documents is generated to process planning engineers or shop floor. After completing this step, we can move to product documentation with the printer and plotter outputs. Finally, we may get the solution from these 4 steps, which are planning and clarifying step. After that, we can generate the conceptual design step. After completing conceptual design, we can move to embodiment design. In that embodiment design, we can get the definite layout. After getting the definite layout, we can move to detailed design area. In that, we can generate the product document. So these are all the steps available with the design process. From this, how can we choose the material? Yes, Dixon and Poly generate the 4 level approach to select the material for a product. In that, what level 1 says, what level 2 says, let's see. Level 1 is based on critical properties. Determine whether the part will be made from metal, plastic, ceramic or composite. Which material is suitable for particular applications. From this level 1, we can define the material or we can choose the material. The material may be metal, plastic, ceramic or composite. After that, the engineer can prefer the level 2. Okay, in that level, the design engineer determine whether metal parts will be produced by deformation process or casting process. Already I told about in casting process, we can produce the product with the typical dimensions. So based on the accuracy requirement, the design engineer can choose the material with respect to the product requirement, finish requirement. For plastic, the materials may be metals, plastic or copper alloys. Likewise, different materials available. If I choose plastic, means the plastic determine whether they will be thermoplastic or thermosetting polymers we are utilized for product. Likewise, we may decide in level 2. After completing the level 2, we can move to level 3. In level 3, what are all the things plays? Yes, narrow options to a broad category of material. Metals can be subdivided into categories such as carbon steel, stainless steel. Based on the carbon percentage that are available with the chemical composition of the material, we can classify the material into carbon steel and stainless steel. After that, if we are not considering the carbon percentage in chemical composition, means we can move to non-ferrous alloy. In that, all alloys are called as copper alloys. And then plastics, we may choose. Plastics can be subdivided into specific classes of thermoplastics and thermosets. Like polycarbonates and polyesters. After completing these things, we can move to level 4. In level 4, we can choose the material with respect to specification. What is the specification required to design the product? With respect to that specification, we choose the material for application. So that level 4 plays selecting a specific material according to a specific grade or specifications. In the different design procedures we discussed, which are conceptual design and embodiment design. What are all the design process are involved in these levels? Yes, if we consider the conceptual design only for develop the product means level 1 and level 2 we are sufficient for decision making. Okay, and then if I consider embodiment design also for developing the product means level 3, which are narrow options we can choose. And then if I utilize the level 4 means because if I choose the material with respect to the specific application based on the specification of the product requirements, if I select the material means I utilize the level 4 for a detailed design product. So these are all the important thing is played in material selection with respect to design. So the different design process we are discussed in that. What is mean by after planning the design engineer move to conceptual design. In conceptual design, what is mean by conceptual design? Conceptual design is an early phase of the design process in which the broad outlines of functions and the form of something are articulated. It includes the design of interactions, experiences, processes and strategies. So these are all the important factors that are available with the conceptual design. After that, the huge area which is embodiment design. What is mean by embodiment design? Embodiment design is one of the main stages of the product design process in which the main engineering product design concept is developed as per the product design specification and economic criteria to a stage where subsequent detailed design can lead directly into production. So that the next step is detailed design. In detailed design, where the design is refined and the plans, specifications and estimates are created, we can utilize detailed design. In detailed design, we can include outputs such as 2D and 3D models, cost build-up estimates, procurement plans of equipment and toolings. This is where the full cost of the project is identified. So that detailed design plays with the costing also. So that these are all the levels are available with the design process. So in after completing the designing, we can choose the material with respect to these 4 levels of approach for selecting the material based on Dixon and Poly 4 levels of approach. Now you are aware about what is the relationship available between design process and material selection process. Thank you.